Not everyone can be an icon, try as they might. Some people's attempts to reinvent the wheel in culture will just result in almost constant clowning. Because once the internet has decided that you're the butt of the joke, that's a really hard place to get out from. Particularly when your decision making and your attitude makes it real easy for them to keep doing it. And if anyone knows about that, it's Jojo Siwa. Once a child star whose focus was entertaining kids, her try-hard transition into the mainstream has meant that she is now despised and mocked like few others in the pop sphere today.
Jojo Siwa. Even just saying her name elicits a involuntary response from your body, having your face kind of like crumple up like you just ate a warhead or something really sour. Because you always know when Jojo Siwa's name comes up in conversation, it's something embarrassing.
And at the moment, things are getting increasingly out of hand, to the point that the public wants to drag her for everything she does. It's your boy Luesta, and this is why Jojo Siwa's career is falling apart. But to properly understand that, we need to make a quick trip back in time. The world first got acquainted when she and her notoriously pushy mom Jesselyn first appeared on Dance Moms, spawning no shortage of chaotic moments.
Have an attitude that you are entitled in this world. You are not. You deserve nothing else. You earn it. You can't stand here and cry.
After that introduction, Jojo became a teen star making music for kids. Over time, she became the flagship signing for Nickelodeon, releasing a succession of albums and even a Christmas record before starring in the J-Team film alongside Tisha Campbell. In fact, she was so successful at this that Cardi B once claimed she couldn't afford to book her for her child culture's birthday.
Jojo Siwa, now Jojo Siwa, let me tell you something. Now let me tell you this story. Let me tell you this story. So my husband, he was trying to get Jojo Siwa, right, for my daughter's birthday party. But she is booked and busy. So Jojo Siwa, could you please come see my daughter on Christmas? I know you cost a lot of money. Let me tell you something. Y'all rappers don't got nothing on Jojo Siwa. Her bookings. Yes, America, please.
But beneath the bows and all the feel-good songs that defined her early career, there was something more sinister just out of sight. And it would all come to head when Jojo and her mom became the hosts of the TV show, Siwa's Dance Pop Revolution. As wholesome as this all sounded, their experiences working on the reality show sounded like they were anything but, and some crazy stories have emerged. One of the people who've blown the whistle on the Siwas is Leah Sanderson. Speaking to Rolling Stone in a tell-all expose, the dancer, who was born with spina bifida, and her own mother headed out of Texas and towards LA for the filming of the show. The mom even abandoned the daycare center that she ran in the Lone Star State just to let her daughter pursue her dream. But soon it turned into a nightmare, with Leia revealing that Jojo and her mom were verbally abusive, creating a toxic culture around the show, which included attempts from producers to make the kids cry. In one example of Jojo's nasty ways, Leia recalled a show at the Mall of America where they were put on blast by her as she said, "You're sucking, bring it up. The energy is low. You look sloppy. This isn't good enough." We had thousands of people watching this, and then we had someone in our ear telling us we suck. To make matters worse, there were reports that the group never received the $10,000 they were promised, and even spent months sleeping on a blow-up mattress in a dance studio. In terms of why they put up with this, one mother who'd go on to work as a servant for the Siwas just to make ends meet said this: "You have to understand the atmosphere. You're not allowed to say anything. You can't question anything. You're living in fear that you're going to cost your child their opportunity, that they'll get fired, or that we're gonna have to get a lawyer. And none of us had that money." Things continued to go from bad to worse for the group. At one point, Leia was recovering from surgery and returned for a performance when her belly button began to bleed. Instead of receiving medical assistance, she was simply told to get a maxi pad to avert bleeding on her costume. After this, Jesselyn, who was alleged to have mocked another unnamed contestant for her disability, fired Leia over her mother's complaints over the schedule. From the outset, a legal representative for their team has strenuously denied that any of this happened, but thankfully for them, the public didn't take a great deal of notice of it. Instead, the focus quickly shifted to Jojo's news about her lifestyle choices that changed everything. After a long time performing as a child star, Jojo Siwa came out in January 2021 when she was 17 by posting a video where she was singing along to Lady Gaga's Born This Way.
No better game, say goodbye. Lesbian, transgender life. I'm on the right track, baby.
followed by wearing a shirt she received from her cousin that read, "Best gay cousin ever." And from the moment it occurred, it felt like she was suddenly elevated to being considered an ambassador for that community.
I mean, you're 18 years old and you're known as a gay icon. And do you take that on, or how do you feel about that label?
It's wild to me, I think, because I look at people who are called gay icons, you, Lady Gaga, Freddie Mercury, my favorite people, and to be in that category at 18 is just insane, and it's just because of who I am. It feels amazing. A lot of people have told me, that I'm a gay icon already, which is wild.
In fact, it became such a massive part of her identity and public image that she was part of the first same-sex couple on Dancing with the Stars. And back then, this unabashed commitment to being herself earned her plenty of support. Jojo is such an amazing, intelligent, kind, and humble human being. The world needs more people like her. So confident and brave. I love her so much. Even if it meant she caught slack from the conservative side of the aisle for promoting trans rights.
What's funny is I was having this moment where I was like, oh, I look like a little dude. I love that a dude in today's day is a person wearing rainbow and sparkles and pink.
One side of Jojo's head was dyed in the vibrant colors of the rainbow pride flag, while the other featured the pink, blue, and white of the transgender flag. She paired the hairstyle with a custom jacket that read, "Trans rights are human rights,"
and got into it with Candace Owens, who accused her of lying about it for attention. But while it added a new dynamic to her public image, it led to a drastic change in how she was treated by Nickelodeon and led to the beginning of the end of their working relationship. The president of the network called me and was like, "What are you going to tell the kids?" I was like, "What do you mean? What are we going to tell the kids and parents?" Siwa revealed in an interview. I was like, "That I'm happy? What? You want me to tell them that I'm making out with a girl? I'm not going to tell them that." If Jojo's account of what went down is to be believed, the whole thing basically sparked a moral panic. Target, Walmart, JCPenney, Toys R Us, Claire's, Justice, every retailer at the time, Amazon, had a call with them. Everything after I came out changed. The way they communicated with me, the way they worked with me changed. The way they developed my work changed. Everything changed. Things eventually got so bad that she was banned from some of the company's biggest events. Faced with so much flack for just trying to be herself, it was easy for the public to root for her. But since then, she somehow squandered all of that positive feeling they once had for her, performing so many massive U-turns to the point that no one knows who she truly is. But the only thing that the general public can agree on is that whatever she's selling, they aren't buying. If you didn't know any better, you'd assume that Jojo set out to become a meme rather than a musician. Things all started with the release of the track Karma and the wild rebrand that surrounded it.
The list just got released of the most disliked music video by female artists on YouTube in 24. Here we go. Your place overall goes to...
Suddenly, she went from side ponytails and bows to dressing like Gene Simmons from Kiss, and from the moment it was unveiled, it led to a ton of backlash. She's trying so hard to Miley Cyrus her way out of her old Hannah Montana image, and she's failing so hard. Jojo Siwa is the friend you can't take anywhere because they're just so quirky. Even as she promoted the song, she did herself no favors as she acted like it was all part of her grand design for how pop should be presented going forward.
No one nowadays makes major music videos like Gaga did back in the day, Britney did back in the day. The world is just scared of new, scared of
People
art.
don't like change.
People don't like change. I'm not afraid to make art. I'm not afraid to give you change. I'm not afraid to make you question.
And to no one's surprise, she got roasted for it.
2011 to 2023, I was 8. But now I'm 20 and gay. I'm the first gay girl in the world. Bet you never met a gay girl before.
Still, this did nothing to stop her delusions that she was the next Gaga.
Some of the most respected people in the world have come up to me and been like, what you're doing right now is so right. It is so right. It is what the world needs. Like, we never know.
If you guys, you have a Tesla that is completely wrapped
in like my 15-year-old face. I heard that from Lil Nas X yesterday. Heard it from Meghan Trainor a few days ago. It blows my mind. No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme of a switch.
But while people were tuning in, it certainly wasn't for the right reasons, as Jojo took the crown of the most hated video of the year with 3.1 million dislikes. In a TikTok video, Jojo celebrated this.
The list just got released of the most disliked music video by a female artist on YouTube in 2024. Here we go. Your number one first place overall goes to Karma by Jojo Siwa with
But rather than being impressed by her taking the hate in stride, it just led to further mockery. Why does she think she's the main character? As if the terrible social media sound bites weren't enough, Jojo's reputation took another hit, as she was accused of releasing songs and passing them off as if they were her own. This began with the news that Karma was actually written by a woman called Britt Smith.
After hearing Jojo Siwa talk about Karma for weeks as if she originally created it like Beethoven himself, that a video of another singer singing it word for word with a music video went viral. Her name is Britt Smith.
It happened once again on the follow-up Choose Your Fighter 2, with Jojo swiping another track from an artist named Emmeline and then claiming it was her own creation.
Jojo Siwa blatantly stole this TikToker song from 2022 for her new album, so here's a clip from the original. And then here's the clip of Jojo Siwa stealing the song and then claiming she wrote it about one of her exes.
It is about one of my exes.
But by all accounts, she didn't receive the proper clearance, with the original songwriter taken to IG to declare, "Hi 2024 fans, I'm going to make storytime soon. I actually didn't sign off on it coming out with Jojo." This expose ultimately never came, but there was still plenty of bad press to come for Siwa. Some of it was acquired during her tour after her EP release, which promised a dream VIP package.
There's so much to tease. I am really excited because I wanted to create a show that wasn't just a concert, right? I have all these songs that I love to sing, but I was like, I want to do something more. I want to create, a party environment. I want to create something that feels very, immersive, interactive, intimate. And so I really did that with this show. And
priced at $900, people couldn't believe that people would even contemplate buying it, particularly when the EP completely flopped and didn't even chart, and because it immediately registered to most people as a scam.
There's gonna be an interactive game with the audience where they have a chance to win a sick prize.
It's going to be beyond sick. It's going to be dope. I have no doubt that prize is gonna go ballistic. It'll be like a fucking half-eaten Subway sandwich that she had for lunch that she'll toss into the crowd if you complete her trivia game or whatever she's gonna play with the audience.
And I read that there is a chance for fans to get close and personal with you.
There is.
What can you tell us?
There's one, and this is the most exclusive VIP, where you actually are gonna get to come while we're loading in the show, and you're gonna get to kind of help us set it up and make sure things are right and test out, the drum with me or the DJ booth with me. You're gonna kind of...
You're describing a job, Jojo.
As things went from bad to worse, Jojo's every single public appearance seemed to lead to a constant stream of embarrassing moments.
Dream guest on my podcast? Oh my gosh. I mean, honestly, let's spice things up. One of my exes.
You have a Tesla that is completely wrapped
in my 15-year-old face.
And it's 100 of your faces? Why do you drive that car?
She even tried to steer into the hate, leaning into the notion that all press is good press.
The genre is, I said it back in the day when I first signed with Columbia, I said I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean?
But try as she might, she couldn't always take the heat, lashing out at festivals when audiences weren't willing to give her the respect that she felt she deserved.
Who the living fuck just booed me? Where the fuck did I come from? Which one of you? Which one of you? Respectfully, fuck you.
Even as she turned 21, watching her get drunk at Disneyland was harrowing to witness.
It's my 21st birthday. I'm drunk as right now. Something about it. It's my bread I'm supposed to eat. My first drink's in Italy. That's amazing. And this is my 8th and 9th drink. This is my 5th, second drink. Amazon. That's amazing. That's scary. Jojo Siwa, this is number 19.
particularly because she followed it up by claiming that her alcohol-consuming self had an alias.
Do I what?
Do you drink now?
So, I don't drink. There's this person named Radical Rick. Radical Rick drinks. I don't know who it is, but all of a sudden Radical Rick is like, I want to play, and...
Is that your alter ego?
That is my drunk alter ego. Ricky!
Oh my God, are you drunk now?
I'm not, no.
Oh, okay.
I've only been drunk like 4 times now in my life.
And to top it all off, she got dragged by the internet due to her repeated claims that she invented a new genre.
The genre is, I said it back in the day when I first signed with Columbia, I said I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gay pop. And they were like, what's that? And I was like, it's like K-pop, right? But it's gay pop. And I feel like that is this world of music. It's the songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own Miley Cyrus, Can't Be Tamed Miley Cyrus, Karma. It's that world of music where it's not necessarily pop. It's not giving you Katy Perry, California Girls pop. It's giving you Lady Gaga, Judas.
Immediately, people weren't willing to let this slide and couldn't believe her audacity. Elton, the B-52s, Wham, Queen, and the Village People are just a few of the gay pop bands I can think of. After her failed attempt to reinvent herself as a serious pop star, Jojo scrambled for her next move. As happy as she seems right now, people are still struggling to envision that her life will look the same in a year's time, considering it keeps changing on a dime. Like many fading celebrities, she turned to reality TV, only to face another wild U-turn that made her image even more confusing. Fresh from a series of tracks flopping, Jojo Siwa initially entered the Big Brother UK house, suggesting that she may be non-binary.
It's something that I'm not ready necessarily to be open about or upfront about, but it has to do with gender and how do I feel, and I'm essentially, you have female, you have male. I've met a lot of females, love them, don't feel like I'm them. Met a lot of males, love them, definitely not them. Met a lot of people in my life that are non-binary, and these beautiful non-binary people are who I feel the most like, and it's, I don't know, it's not something that I want to say about myself yet, but it's something that is confusing.
Initially, her sexuality and identity became a major talking point on the show, even leading to a confrontation with Hollywood veteran Mickey Rourke, who claimed he could turn her straight.
So do you like girls or boys?
Me? Girls.
I know, I can tell.
My partner is non-binary.
If I stay longer than 4 days, you won't be gay anymore.
I can guarantee I will still be gay and I will still be in a very happy relationship.
I'll tie you up.
I can promise you that won't happen. I dare you to try, you'll be the one tied up.
I'm gonna vote the lesbian out real quick.
Jojo.
That's homophobic. So that's homophobic if that was your reasoning.
Have you got anyone you want to vote out? Well, no, we actually can't discuss this. No, we can't discuss this. This is undiscussable.
The lesbian I'm gonna vote out.
No, you can't do that, Mickey.
You also can't say that.
No, we can't.
Initially, people were outraged on Jojo's behalf, and rightfully so. After all, if there were two things even a casual onlooker knew about Jojo, it's that she liked girls, and that for someone who spent her whole life doing it, she still really can't dance. But as it turns out, Mickey, who was kicked off the show for his inappropriate behavior, actually provided people with a glimpse into the future. Because even though she had a partner on the outside, Jojo entered into a flirtatious bond with Chris Hughes, a former Love Island contestant and a man 11 years her senior. Whatever happens to her in there, she got out and immediately sought to change things.
Day 3, I was now in my own thoughts, away from everyone that I know, away from outside opinions, away from everything. And I sat with myself, and from that point on, I really realized things that I was okay with in my life that I should never have been okay with in the first place.
Do you mean your relationship?
And just so many things. That is one of them, but so many things. And then I, obviously I wanted to hold them inside though, because I didn't want to air that out very publicly, but there were countless things that I was like, that's not, something that I should be okay with and I don't need to be okay with, and I'm not happy.
And clearly she did, because within hours of exiting the reality show house, her relationship with Kath Ebbs was over, leaving the girl that had flown over to London to greet her upon her return, stunned by the news.
I was dumped at the after party with Chris in the next room, which is fucking crazy to say out loud. It's truly crazy. Like, there's a lot of processing that needs to happen. which maybe I should be doing before getting online, but honestly, I've been quiet on here for 2 weeks and I felt like I've sat in this. And I think now I'm at the point of, I guess, some level of clarity that I and I guess we, people viewing, weren't crazy to what they were seeing. And that a lot of the things that were depicted were rooted in truth.
Suddenly, the pop star whose entire post-adolescence persona was built on being a walking rainbow flag found herself entering into a heterosexual relationship with Chris Hughes once they were on the outside. And in interviews after it became public, Jojo hit back at critics of the change.
People saying to me that I have never been a lesbian is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I fell in love with a female at age 17. Why is it not okay to say that I feel more queer now? Sexuality is fluid. Gender identity are fluid. You can be one thing today and one thing tomorrow. Part of the realization of being queer was me in the house realizing I'm not entirely happy, and maybe that's a side of me that's not happy.
However, her explanation didn't cut it for everyone, even churning people who tried to cut her some slack against her. Until this whole thing, I've kept giving her the benefit of the doubt because she's still so young and hasn't had a normal childhood, so I never hated on her when everyone else did. But this is so detrimental to the lesbian community. It makes me mad and sad. With the right-wing media celebrating Jojo's sudden pivot as a win over the woke, Jojo soon found herself being shaded by her hero Miley Cyrus at a music festival.
Find Jojo Siwa, bring him back down.
All the while, Jojo and Chris continue being a little too transparent about their lives with the internet.
Chris Hughes posted a picture of him and Jojo Siwa lying in bed.
I was definitely in the mindset of, let's give him a chance. And then he posted this, I did a full flip. I know there's been a lot of like, oh, Chris is doing this for the cloud. Like, I was like, oh no, like trying to not feel that way. This made me feel that way.
Why?
It was like, look
do you
at
think?
me. Because what do you need to be posting your girl like in bed like that?
Right. It was like pretty
that's
intimate.
like screaming for attention, I think.
Yeah, you know, maybe that didn't need to be shared with the group.
Yeah.
But I think maybe they're in a phase of just sharing everything, and they did say, you know, it's not platonic anymore. Platonic.
Certainly not.
Which I think we could see.
Yep, certainly not.
So yeah, we'll keep our eyes on it, and we'll keep digesting, and we'll keep our eyes on Chris to make sure he's not
we're watching
using
Chris.
Jojo.
And unfortunately for everyone with eyes and ears, things just went from bad to worse.
She calls my balls Jimmy and Timmy, so that is, she must like Jimmy and Timmy. So she kind of like, she must love like the rhyming lingo.
Amid the negativity from the internet, Jojo had insisted that not only are she and Chris happy, but that they will never split.
I feel like Christopher and I discovered this beautiful house together, and this house it's earthquake proof and fireproof and bulletproof, and you know, we discovered this house and we found the keys and we took the keys and we locked ourselves in, and now it's like we're like, you know what I mean? And I feel like that with myself, I feel like that with him,
and you're just enjoying each other's company at the moment.
Oh my God, absolutely. We're having the best time. He's just the best.
But considering how much she's had to eat her words over the years, you'd think by now, Jojo wouldn't say things so definitively anymore. As the hate mounts up, Jojo has claimed that she still attempts to evade the noise, but ultimately can't help herself from looking.
Honestly, I try not to, especially when it's like a wave of hate. I try to just like ignore the comments. But then what happens is people start to make videos, and then the videos come up on your For You page, and then that's when it gets really brutal. But yeah, the comments, okay, I got actually a cute story for you. It's a good story. So obviously I get a lot of bad comments, right? And people say whatever they want to say. And this is when I was just promoting Raspy. And obviously a lot of people had things to say about me doing Betty Davis, which is why I did Raspy. And so I had finally, I got to a point where I was like, enough, like I've had enough. So I started to reply to comments. And Christopher was with me, and I was like, look, babe, like I'm replying to people today. And he was like, why? He was like, this isn't you. And I was like, no, I know it's not, but. And he was like, let me see what you said. And I look over, and he's like, it's just not you, babe. This isn't how you are. And I was like, I know. And I was like, but I'm just fed up with it. And I just see him start to delete my responses because he was like, it's not you.
And if anything, she's doubling down, as it now appears they're setting the path for their own reality TV show, something which would only further distract from any career she's attempting to have as a legitimate artist. Aside from her new relationship, Jojo has continued to try and keep her music career on tracks. but it's safe to say it still isn't going too well. First, there was her Bette Davis Eyes cover, which has been thoroughly bodied by the internet. The rasp and auto-tune fighting each other will haunt me forever. Even the artist behind the song's most notable version, Kim Carnes, took a shot at her too. There's a difference between signing a song and embodying it. I've always believed authenticity is what makes music timeless. I'm forever grateful to be the voice behind this one. Then, there were her attempts to become, in her own words, Slim Shady, on the track Raspy, a song which takes a title from a meme about her singing voice that she's now attempting to own.
Oh my god, she's raspy today.
Unsurprisingly, the song hasn't just been another musical piñata for the internet to hit around, but led to another accusation of plagiarism. In this instance, there have been claims that she ripped off the artists Mad Psy and Jennie of Blackpink, and in Mad's case, the original artist is responding to it with shade.
Did Jojo Siwa just steal a song for real this time? So the former Dance Mom star has been threatening to drop new music this Friday. She's been sharing snippets, but people are noticing that it sounds a lot like another song. Here's Jojo Siwa's version. Here's a song by Mad Psy called Bite, which was released 2 months ago. Since Jojo's been dropping the snippets, Mad Psy's been getting tagged in hundreds of comments and has made a few videos acknowledging how they sound a lot alike. It seems like he had no idea because at first when he heard Jojo's song, he thought she was promoting his song. Mad Psy has also been throwing a bit of shade by saying, why stream the Temu version over the better one?
As for Jennie, it isn't the K-pop star herself she should be scared of, but the K-pop stans. After what has become one of the most chaotic attempted rebrands anyone has ever seen, Jojo is now reflecting on some of her cringier comments.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme of a switch. And I am the first in the generation. It is very scary.
At least, if she's starting to own it a little, then hopefully she can learn from them. Because ultimately, she is still young, and this is the time where you should make mistakes. The only problem is that for her, fame means that when she does slip up, she does it in front of the entire world. Whatever the case is, she's at a crossroads right now, and it's unclear to everyone where she's supposed to go from here. I don't really get what career trajectory Jojo and her team are aiming for. Who is her fan base? She's a good singer even with autotune, and I don't think she's an actress type. I just don't see her as being a pop star. Being attention-seeking without substance can only work for so long. She's not being advised by people who have her best interests at heart. They are fine with negative attention as long as it gets eyeballs on her. For now, it seems like she's intent on living the quintessential British life with Chris as she plots her next move. But if she isn't careful, then this identity crisis and the cringe moments will mean that the audience will get sick of trying to keep up with it. Eventually, they might even get sick of laughing at her, but probably not for a while yet.